What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Now that we're living in North Carolina, we've done a hiking trip, We've done a camping trip in a tent, and something I've always wanted to do is a backpacking overnighter. I think I've plotted a route. I've checked with the local hikers group, and they said that's a pretty good route. Renee and I have done like 2 miles of it, and it was pretty friggin' intense. Like, it was vertical. I need to check my gear. So I'm at the storage unit and I'm going to do a little bit of a gear check to see what I need and am I really prepared for this. So stay tuned. Let's do this together. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about backpacking right now, taking only with what you can carry, taking only with you with what you can carry. And that's, a little bit of water and having water sources and things like that. So one thing I have to decide here when I go camping is, am I going to use a hammock? Like we have these hammocks here, or am I going to bring a tent? With a little bit more research with my route, that will be decided. But I know as for right now, if I go with the hammock style, I definitely have 2 options. These are basically the same. This is your super high dollar Eno, which is not any different than this, to be honest with you. This is a La Siesta. You can buy, any of these parachute hammocks on eBay, Harbor Freight, things like that for under 20 bucks. My only suggestion is, I don't care what size you are, get a double. This is a double nest here, and then this is a double here, because you can lay diagonally. Sleep system. I do not have a sleeping bag, so that may kind of limit me and make my decision to a hammock as opposed to a sleeping bag. But if I really need to, I can get a really good sleeping bag and a sleeping pad for a good price. So sleep system, hammock, sleeping bag, kind of check. I also forgot to say, along with sleeping is shelter. So shelter wise, if I'm going to take a hammock, I'm obviously not going to take a tent. I am going to bring some kind of canopy, whereas when you hang out your hammock, you're going to have a ridge line going across the top, and that way you can put a tarp down and stake that down. I'll put a picture up here of what that looks like. I do have a tarp, but I think it's a gigantic tarp. It's actually here in the back of the truck, and it's just one of those blue tarps that you can get from Harbor Freight. So what I might do is find something a little smaller and kind of go that route. Let's talk about something pretty important here, and that is food. For me, I eat a lot of food. I metabolize a lot of food on the trail. I kind of need more water than food on the trail, so I am going to prioritize this a little bit more. So I have this little Coleman Max set here, and a lot of this stuff, guys, I will have in a link in the description below, whether it be from Amazon or wherever you can get this stuff. So this is pretty basic camping gear. If you want a backpack, I'm going to have a separate backpacking section in our Amazon store, backpacking, camping type things, so you guys can sort out what you need. So this is a Coleman Max setup. I really like this because everything for pots is in here. So you have this little pot here, and they all have handles that fold out so you don't burn yourself. But if you're like me, you'll still find a way to burn yourself. You have another little small one. But the 2 I'm probably gonna take is this 24 ounce, 800 milliliters, and this 16 ounce, and this is 16 milliliters. So basically what I use these for is when Renee and I go camping is Cowboy coffee. I make my Cowboy coffee in here in the 24 ouncer. As you can see, the handles come out. Basically, I'll fill up 20 ounces of water, put my grounds in there. Actually, I'll put my water in there, take it to a rolling boil for a couple minutes, put my grounds on top, let that go for a rolling boil, turn that off. And then what I'll do is let it sit, and then I'll add some cold water, and that'll drop the grounds to the bottom. And then all you do is pour it right into your coffee cup here. Here's my coffee mug, 16 ounces of fresh Cowboy coffee. I will put a card up here or on this side for the best Cowboy coffee. 24 ounce and 16 ounce is probably all I'm going to take. I don't foresee myself bringing stuff that I need to heat up other than just heating up some water. So I might just take that. It does have the lid here, so I don't really need to take this small one, but it does pack up nice and neat. Now, as far as utensils wise, I have a Nalgene bottle, which I don't know why I use a perfectly good Nalgene bottle for my my camping stuff. I have a set of Sea to Summit titanium. This is a spoon and a knife. I do have a fork in here somewhere. I see it right here. So this is just super lightweight aluminum. I don't know if it's titanium or not, but I will put a link to these in the description below. These are super, super awesome for lightweight hiking and backpacking. Obviously you can see this is all it takes up right here. Pretty easy. That's going to be my kitchen, so to speak. Now, as far as food goes, I'm going to take Cliff Bars, but most likely it's going to be peanut butter and jellies. Or if I get Nutella, I'll do some Nutella sandwiches. Normally I won't eat Nutella, but when you're hiking a lot and using a lot of energy, it's really good to have a lot of sugar and some sugar carbs so you can have that energy. When I was racing triathlons, I used to do Nutella, but PB&Js were the best because we used to cut up little squares of PB&J. You know, you get your whole wheat bread for some carbs, you get some peanut butter for some of your protein, and then you get some jelly for some of your sugars there. So I do like that as an on-the-trail snack. But when I get to camp, I'm just gonna go old school, guys. MREs, okay? We got some MREs here. This is cheese tortellini in tomato sauce. And one packet is 260 calories. It's got 38 grams of carbohydrates, 11 grams of protein. It's got 300 milligrams of sodium. Now, some of you are going, oh, it's a lot of salt. But when you're sweating, like I am out here, you need to that salt replenish by the night. And then this one is vegetable lasagna. Vegetables. That's Renee. And what's in here? Breakfast. Hash brown potatoes with bacon, peppers, and onion. So breakfast, dinner. This is what I'm talking about. Takes up a little bit of room. I can throw them in there and I'll have my meals ready to go. I may add a couple more things in here for dinner, like some ramen noodles or something. But yeah, this is basically the 2 meals I'm going to be taking. So what am I going to heat this water on? I don't have that right now. As you can see, everything's a little different from before because I just had this afterthought. So I'm not always going to make a fire, especially in the summertime up here. I know it's not dry, it's still green, but something I forgot to mention because I don't have it yet, I'm about to purchase it on Amazon, is this little camp stove here. It is one of the most popular backpacking camp stoves that go on a little fuel tank thing. So it basically has the little fingers. It'll put my pot on top of it, and that screws into a gas supply, and that is my camp stove. So it's really small and it's really compact. So that's what I'm going to be heating it in. So edit that in. All right, now let's talk about water. Water is something that I go through a lot. I drink a ton of water. I minimum on a regular day drink a gallon a day. So when I'm hiking and sweating, I need to drink a lot more than that. Cramping issues, and I just need to constantly keep sweating. So I have these very popular water filtration backpacking systems. This is the Sawyer Mini. This is very, very good. It actually comes with a bladder in the back. It's a 16-ounce pouch. So what you do is you fill that with your creek water that's fairly clean. You put it at the, you put the bag at the end here, and then you fill that bag and the water will come out here. So if you do carry a Nalgene like this, you can fill this up. This is 32 ounces, so it'll take 2 full bladders to fill this up, and you'll have 32 ounces of water with you. I have in my Osprey backpack, I have a 3-liter bladder. I know in the backpacking community, people don't like the bladders because they're a pain in the butt to fill, but I am looking at a system that you can fill the bladder without taking it out of the backpack through the hose. But as for that, I'm going to use that 3-liter as my backup water just in case. Something I forgot to mention, first aid. I have a basic first aid stuff here. Winter time, obviously, I have the heat body warmers. I have some tape. I have some gauze in here, Band-Aids, things like that. Some napkins. let's see here. I have some vitamin C's that I probably need to take out of there because one of them is hard as a rock. Alcohol white pads, band-aids, gauzes, things like that. So those types of things. I would take specialized stuff if necessary. Like if you're in Florida and you know you're going to be around snakes, I would take a snake bite kit. But since we really don't have that problem, I'm probably going to run into a bear more than anything. So I don't have bear spray, but they say make a loud noise. So I'm going to try to find something that makes a loud noise. See what happens. So here is my tried and true Osprey backpack. This is the Kestrel 32. They don't make the Kestrel 32 anymore. They have a couple other ones. This is the 32 or 35 liter backpack. It's good for a good day hike or a very, very small overnighter. I got this from a guy on Facebook Marketplace years ago. He traveled Europe with this backpack, and when he came to the US, he started backpacking and got a bigger bag. So I got this obviously secondhand because Osprey backpacks are very expensive when they're brand new. But the reason why they're so expensive is they have a lifetime warranty. So if these buckles break or a strap breaks or something happens, you can take them in. You can send them a warranty claim, send it in, and they'll fix it. So I need to send this in because I have a hole here, but it really hasn't inconvenienced me enough to worry about it because I'll put like a jacket back here or something very simple, so it really hasn't worried. So let's talk about this backpack. Features of Osprey bags that I absolutely love. When you go buy one brand new, you get fitted for a backpack. Renee did that with hers. She was wearing that first little backpack and it was bothering her. So I said, we're hiking like crazy. This was during COVID time. We were in New Hampshire hiking all the White Mountains. And this made a difference for her, as much as she don't want to admit. It was worth the money. I think this is the Tempest 30, so it's a little smaller than what I have. This is a women's specific, not just because of the color, but because of the fit. And when I mean fit, guys. Like, you put on these test backpacks and you put weight in there and they measure everything. This has adjustable straps to the point where you pull this out and there's multiple Velcro layers in here. And this whole strap system goes up and down depending on your shoulder to torso height, guys. That's crazy. Also, this does have a water bladder area, so you can put a water bladder in here. But the biggest thing is the adjustability and the comfort. If you're not comfortable carrying a backpack with 20, 15 pounds all day, you're gonna be miserable and you're not gonna wanna go hiking. So I always suggest another first aid kit. Always suggest getting a quality backpack and quality shoes. Things that touch your skin are the first thing that you spend money on. So I have pretty much everything as what I have here right now in this bag. I have my hammock, I have the pillow, I have 3 MREs, I have the water filtration. I don't have the water bladder, that's actually at home. First aid kit's in there, and I don't have any clothes, but I have the hiking poles, little chair, things like that. And what I will be doing is most of the time I'll be using these hiking poles, so I will have some kind of water bottle here in the side, and I'll try to figure out another way to have a water bottle in front. But here's what I got. Okay, and I'll tell you right now, I've packed this thing heavier than what I'm doing right now. Okay, so it's on my hips. Right now, I don't even have it tightened. Can you see that gap in between my back? Watch this. Okay, boom, there. All I did was bring the backpack forward to me. I didn't put any weight down. Everything's still on my hips. I can adjust as needed, which I like. Boom, that's on my hips. And this here is just basically to keep the straps from sliding around. And boom, comfortable. I'm gonna say this is probably 25 pounds. Probably very heavy for what they call a base weight. Base weight is your backpack loaded with the stuff that goes with you all the time. Maybe a little lighter because I have the MREs in here. Base weight would be without your food, so your water filtration, your sleeping system, and your shelter, things like that. So not too bad. I've definitely, like I said, I've loaded this thing up before when we were in New Hampshire, and it's been probably 27 to 30 pounds in here. So this will be great. I am going to add a little more stuff in here, but not too much more. But yeah. Oh, pillow. I didn't put the pillow in there, but that doesn't weigh anything. But I have plenty of room inside. It doesn't feel like anything. So I'm pretty excited, guys. This is pretty much how it's gonna feel. I am gonna test some of these things like the water filtration. I will go down to my fishing hole and test these water filtrations. So I will be doing a video on that here. And as far as my sleep setup, I will set that up as well. So thanks again for watching, everybody. I appreciate you taking the time out to watch this. Leave comments below of what I'm missing, what I need. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a great week.